Approval of November 18th, 2025 meeting agenda. Staff, is there anything to adjust?
Yes, thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I've got a couple things to add or adjust to the agenda for tonight. So the first one is your new business, item 10A, the first reading of an ordinance amending the fee schedule. Staff noticed just this evening that one item wasn't added to the fee schedule, so you'll have a printed and updated ordinance in front of you, as well as a sheet of paper that just highlights what areas were added. It's highlighted in red. There's also a printed copy if anyone from the public wants to see the updates too. So that'll be for that item. And then I'm also noticing on here for other business, we normally have a voucher disbursement report item on there, which isn't listed on here, but we do have the voucher disbursement report printed. That was also emailed to council earlier. So I'm adding that item to the agenda, including the report that's printed and was sent to council earlier. So when we get to that item, council will just have to remember to add a motion to adopt that there, or approve that there. So, but those are my additions for tonight.
Thanks, Chase. Council, anything? Is there a motion to approve? Do we approve the agenda? Yeah. I always forget.
I will make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no or nay. Okay. Agenda approved. Next up is the consent agenda. So pursuant to council rules, one motion, non-debatable, will approve the recommendation noted. Any member of the council may ask for an item to be taken from the consent agenda for discussion and separate action. Such items removed from the consent agenda shall be considered immediately following the approval of the balance of the consent agenda. Staff, is there anything that needs to move on the consent agenda? Okay. Council, anything you want to call out? All right, feeling good. This is moving along. All right, then is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no or nay. That is approved. So what did we approve? We approved City Council meeting minutes from November 4th, 2025. We approved City Council work session meeting minutes from October 14th, 2025. We approved City Council special work session meeting minutes from October 21st, 2025. We approved credit card charges and payments from September 2025. And then we approved a resolution authorizing the City of Robbinsdale to participate in the Gold Leaf Challenge program. Moving on to presentations. Native American Heritage Month proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. As you'll remember, as part of an initiative from our internal DEI committee, we've come together with several proclamations recognizing inclusivity and diversity in the city, and the month of November is Native American Heritage Month, and so we are just wanting the council to recognize that and pass the proclamation. So,
excellent. Council, any questions or comments? Yes, Councilmember Parisian.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to extend my thanks to the DEI committee for putting together this proclamation. I'm very happy to support this. And in particular, I wanted to call out the whereas clause where Native American Heritage Month provides an important opportunity for all residents of Robbinsdale to learn about, reflect upon, and celebrate the diverse heritages, histories, and achievements of Native Americans, both locally and nationally. And I wanted to also highlight an opportunity to do that very locally here in Robbinsdale. There is an event coming up held through the Robbinsdale area schools to celebrate Native American Heritage Month on November 21st, which is this coming Friday, this week. It's a round dance, and it's held at the Robbinsdale Middle School, again, this Friday, the 21st, starting at 5:30 to 8 p.m. So a great, vibrant cultural event for Robbinsdale residents and our neighboring communities to attend and celebrate. And again, very happy to support this proclamation. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Anybody else have comments, questions?
Sure. I'll add my 2 cents. Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilmember Parisian. Yeah, I agree. This is great that we're doing this, recognizing this. And, you know, I guess I just want to add that I want to thank the indigenous ancestors that occupied this land before, my ancestors got here, and they took care of the land and stewarded it for all of us to benefit from. So I want to just add that to this, and I'm happy to support this and the continued efforts from our inclusivity and diversity initiatives with the city.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, well put by both of you. So thank you for that, and thanks to staff and the DEI committee. And I want to make sure that I share my support of this proclamation and bringing attention to Native American history and culture.
Excellent. Round it out.
Round it out. Thank you. Yeah, echo the sentiments of my fellow council members as well. And then also recognizing that we think about currently as well, Native Americans, with their continued contributions as well. And then also thinking about ways in honoring and continuing to honor them as we move forward as a city and community. So we have some big things coming up as well too, as far as park names and other things happening. So just things to continue to think about how we can be mindful of that.
Great. All right. Well, there's not much left to be said. Great time to stop and pause and think about the Native American culture and kind of where all this land once was and where it came from, and the art and the history that goes along with it. So happy to sign the proclamation. Tim, I don't see that there's a motion that needs to be made, but is there a motion to be made?
Mr. Mayor, Council, we would entertain a motion to accept the proclamation as a council.
Fantastic. All right, is there a motion to accept this proclamation?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no or nay. Passes. I will sign. Okay. Next up is we have a public hearing on liquor store operations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. So this is an item under Minnesota State Statute. A liquor store posting a net loss in 2 of 3 consecutive years must host a public hearing to consider future operations. Specifically, Minnesota State Statute 340A.602 states in part, in any city in which the report of the operations of a municipal liquor store has shown a net loss prior to interfund transfer and without regard to costs related to pension obligations, store employees, as required by Statement 68 of the Government Accounting Standards Board, in any 2 of 3 consecutive years, the city shall, not more than 45 days prior to the end of the fiscal year following the 3-year period, hold a public hearing on the question of whether the city shall continue to operate a municipal liquor store. As a part of this process, we are required to post proper notice in the paper, and that notice has been posted for tonight. The statute goes on to note that following the hearing, City Council may on its own motion or shall, upon petition of 5% or more of the registered voters of the city, submit to the voters a general or special municipal election the question of which the city shall continue or discontinue municipal store operations by a date which the City Council shall designate. To give a bit of history on the item, staff has shared updates with Council over the past couple of years as we've been going through this process, some with the liquor store manager who is here in attendance tonight, some by way of your annual audit typically presented to you as a council in that June-ish time period as an enterprise fund. It is a specific call out, so certainly something we've been talking about the last couple of years. As a part of your item, you do have a 5-year look back, and for a few things that I do want to call out, looking at 2020 through 2024, including total net revenue, what that fund balance looked like, including the transfers out to both parks and public safety. In 2020, as liquor store operations were continuing in a sustained fashion for a number of years, that fund balance got up to just under $730,000. And again, a part of the philosophy of the operations of the longstanding municipal liquor store included a transfer out in the years 2020, 21, 22, and 23. A total of $200,000 went out, including $150 to parks and $50 to public safety. Again, over that 4-year period, $800,000 out to those two funds. But in looking at some of those numbers, it does tell a bit of a story that in 2020, not surprisingly, certainly into 21, as we saw more people stay home. For those that preferred a glass of wine or a bottle of beer with their meal on the weekend, those purchases were being made at those type of a store rather than going out and about. Coming out of 21 and 22, we saw some of that total net revenue really top off. So I would call those numbers in that column, especially 22, 23, 24, relatively flat. Some variation, but relatively flat. Some other things that we encountered in 22, 23, 24 included significant participation rates in the labor market, as well as unemployment numbers that were historic, and that made hiring and staffing more expensive than it had been in the past. Combine that with the factor of folks are just consuming less alcohol generally, you see sort of that flat line in that total net revenue. But as we were closing out 23, getting into 24, you can see in the next section of your memo there, we worked through a number of items, including some realignment of staff, including position elimination, continue to work to explore new markets like the low potency hemp market. Staff is currently working through some loyalty point program type of operations with the goal of implementation by year end. And then continue to have expertise on staff to understand trends in beer, wine, liquor, etc. Would also call out that staff continues to increase promotion through city communications, CCX, etc. From year to year, what we wanted to call out really coming into this winter here, the most recent numbers that were available for the work session are what we've included as a part of this packet item. So through September of 25, you can see the total income for the liquor store operations was just under $50,000, $49,999, excuse me, compared to a loss of $32,931 at the same time in 2024. That's roughly $83,000 swing. So again, is this something we've been discussing with council here for really the last couple of years, but more in depth in recent history the last number of weeks. Staff is making the recommendation that if council has any immediate questions for staff, we'd be happy to respond. If not, I would recommend open the public hearing, take public feedback, close the public hearing, and then ask staff, including myself and your liquor store manager, any questions, comments, or concerns you might have. And ultimately, barring a qualified petition as presented as a part of statute, council would take no formal action, again, based on staff recommendation. So at this point, staff is happy to respond to immediate questions, comments, or concerns.
Okay. Council, any questions, comments, or concerns?
No.
I've got one. For starters, congratulations on making an $83,000 swing. That's awesome. I mean, that's really difficult to do, and I think that really is admirable. Second thing is when I look at the numbers that were transferred out to the parks and the public safety, is the goal to get back to those levels of where we're transferring out 150,000 to the parks and then 50,000 to public safety? And second follow-up question, which is kind of the answer at the same time, is there even a vision, like, can we get there in today's climate?
Mr. Mayor, Council, the philosophy remains driven by you as a group. When we make a recommendation for your annual budgets, that includes transferred out to funds. So as we get into 2026 and do a full reflection on what we gain from that, we have maintained the recommendation of council, and it has been supported to transfer it out. So what those numbers look like following 25, ultimately you'll make that decision in 26.
Okay.
I think it's a reasonable goal to get back. The markets do continue to fluctuate, and again, following the public hearing, I'd invite your liquor store manager to come up and talk a little bit about some of the nuance. But it is certainly staff's goal to continue to grow it. To what that number is, it's kind of hard to say. It is, again, things ebb and flow, but certainly long term, again, those transfers out remain a priority for staff at the best level that we can.
Okay. Well, again, commendable job. Is there a motion to open the floor for public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no or nay. Okay. Public hearing is open. Any questions, comments, or concerns from the public? Just you, Jack.
I'm the only public?
Right
This
now,
one.
yeah. It looks like Jack's happy. Okay.
Can I make a motion to close the public hearing?
You sure can.
Yeah. I move to close the public hearing.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no or nay.
Nay, no one's still yet, nay.
Public hearing is closed. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Come on up.
Hi, Chris.
So I'd just like to thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. I continue to do the best I can for you and get this back on track. As you said, 83,000's pretty good swing.
It's a good swing.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we eliminated a position, a full-time position, which was redundant, let's say. And it's worked out really well, so we're doing good. We're looking forward to a strong third quarter here, and it should be great.
Yeah, the holiday seasons are here.
Yep.
Well, for those of you who are listening and whether you're listening online or want to listen to the recording, I got to tell you, I was just in the liquor store there last week, and I found a gem of a bottle of bourbon. It was a giant Buffalo Trace bourbon. Like, you can't find those anywhere. So, I love going in there treasure hunting every once in a while. So, you guys do a good job.
Thank you. Rachel has been awesome. We go through, what I'll do is we get points. It's a point system. And then the distributors will dole out neat things like that. And what we'll do is some random Friday, we'll just put them up, and Rachel will put it on the internet, on Facebook, and people are elated to find that stuff.
Yep, you guys are really doing a nice job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Council, anything? Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Thanks, Mayor. Yeah, thank you. Do you and the kind of the turnaround or the kind of this last year, you anticipated kind of acting the same way in 2026, or at least the best that you can predict with how difficult it is sometimes with retail?
Yeah, we're hoping so. I quite honestly couldn't tell you what was the underlying factor of what happened, but I would say I'd say we're going to be having another strong 2026. So I'm hoping so anyway.
Great. Good.
I'll work
Thank
my
you.
hardest to get it done. So
Excellent.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for your work for the city. And yeah, please let us know if we can ever.
yeah,
Help
anytime.
with
I'd love to
anything,
have
so.
one of you guys as a liaison to meet, maybe once a month or once a
to do it.
quarter.
Sure.
Just come in the office, sit down, and tug on me and Jen's ear, see what's going on. I'd love that.
Nice.
That would keep you guys informed all the time.
Well, the mayor's already kind
Yeah,
of showcased his
they're
expertise
enough
on
already,
bourbons.
so.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. So maybe we could just, through email, we'll set up some sort of schedule that we meet, and that'd be awesome.
Happy to do that.
All right, great.
Great.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you all.
Before I leave, I have a question.
Yeah.
Not council, whatever, question, but can you get any specialized decanters, or can you order those?
I typically don't buy decanters, like you're talking like the cars or
Yeah.
like an Eagle or a gun or whatever the case may be. We typically don't order those just because they don't typically sell.
Do you have to order them one at a time?
I can order them for you if you like. All you have to do is come down and see me or talk to one of our staff, and we could definitely look into something. I can show you what's available. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my pleasure.
I just learned something. Wow, okay.
There's
Well,
all kinds of neat things like that.
All right. No action?
Yeah, no action.
No action. All right. Virtual or distance high fives. Good job.
All right, thank you, everybody. Yeah, just get a hold of me.
All right. You're welcome.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Night.
See you, Jack.
See you, Jack. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
All right. Old business. We got nothing. New business. We've got the first reading of an ordinance amending the fee schedule.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. So annually, as a reminder to council and maybe for those watching at home or online, City staff reviews all fees charged through what we call the fee schedule. Sometimes you see this referred to as Appendix B in city code. This can be anything from a building permit to a recreation rental. It's an extensive document which is attached to your item here. But annually we go through, sometimes with increases, sometimes with decreases, to make sure that those charges really are covering the services and are staying within reason, oftentimes compared to some of our neighbors, and making sure they're not intended to be full-on revenue generators. Again, in the example of recreation, we might have some building rental fees that cover some of the costs for maintenance, but longer term, it's not full-on intended to be a replacement fund for that building. Similarly, with you'll see some of the licensing or permitting type of fees that we recommend. Again, those are really intended to cover the staff time, sometimes contractor time that is incurred as a part of that process. So our staff recommendations were reviewed at the work session here last week. I'll run through just briefly, and your community development director is here as we have done a bit more into some of the permitting items that we have done in the past, but we're due for an update. By way of recreation, building rental, we've made the recommendation for an increase to $35 an hour and reduce the deposit from $500 to $250, just to not make additional barriers for those looking to do those types of rental. Removal of the deposit for a liquor permit, and then removal of rentals for tennis courts, horseshoes, ice rinks, the RMS fields, lights, and the fitness center. Those removals just are things that we typically haven't used for a number of years, so taking them out really just makes the process a bit more concise. DPS has made recommendation to update the passport photo fee from $18 to $20, again just covering staff time and processing. Engineering, you can see a list here, increases to speed bump signs, speed bump administrative fees, maps including aerials, sewer maintenance, crane, both of those tied to specific code items, street excavators, curb cuts, water meters, tail pieces, horn, MXU, and a couple others. Again, these are largely tied to staff time, and again, some get to be a few years since updates are made, so this is just doing a bit of catch up to make sure we're covering those costs. Community development, which I'll invite Ms. Rand up when she's prepared to. What we've recommend to do through the ordinance here is to update attachments A through D to consider a lot of those fees that fall under the building official. You can see the specific callouts in the draft ordinance, and what's maybe a bit more easy to follow, if you go to the second attachment, the draft fee schedule is redlined. You can see some of the changes, maybe I don't want to call them wholesale, but the structure is revamped a little bit. Again, just to promote some consistency and making sure that with now our switch to Rum River from in-house building official, we're covering those costs. I would note, and Ms. Rand can speak to this more, that those updates were provided by recommendation through our contractor, so we have that additional help in bringing those forward. Again, using comparisons from other cities to make sure we remain competitive. Ms. Rand, I don't know if you have anything immediately.
No, I really don't. I just wanted you to know I'm here to stand for questions, and as Tim had outlined for community development, it's really about changing the format so that it's more readable and quite easy for both our residents but also our contractors. When they go online and want to apply, they can calculate what their fees would be more readily. So we are very pleased with this format and hope that you will find that to be the case as well.
So, Mr. Mayor, Council, I guess what I would note, this is your scheduled first of two readings. Staff's recommendation is motion to hold the first reading, amending the ordinance as described in your packet item here. But before we go through that process, the staff is, again, happy to respond to questions, comments, or concerns.
Council, any questions, comments, or concerns? Yes.
I'll say a quick comment. Just thank you for all the updates. I think accessibility is a huge asset and resource. So making sure things are clear and concise for people is really helpful. So thank you for taking the time to go do that. It takes work and time. So I appreciate that.
Councilmember Wagner.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Heather. I guess maybe it's more of a technical question. The fees for things like that are related to like the utilities. Do those end up in the same place as the fees for kind of non-utility stuff? Do they, where does it all end up in the same place if they're on the sheet? Or if Tim, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Council, so I guess if you're talking, just so I understand, comprehensively, this fee schedule has a number of different sections. You're wondering where revenue is captured. Is that the question?
Yeah, like water meters listed on here. So it's like, does that go to like in the utility pool, or does that go someplace different? I was just curious about that.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Councilman Wagner, great question. In most circumstances, yes, there are occasions where we may collect some fees that go to like the general fund. Again, where I would call out, like on the recreation side of things, it's not meant to be a revenue generator or supplement recreation. In part, it's hard for us to predict how many rentals there might be in a year. We sort of set an operational budget, but what funding we do take in, we typically put back towards that. Some of these specific items, like you mentioned with contractor work, call it emergency repair work, that type of thing, that does go directly back to that utility because the cost to that or that initial expenditure exists before the revenue comes in, right? So it essentially repays that fund.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, just curious about that, and I guess just thank you for the work and keeping this updated. I think we look at it every year, and there's a lot of things to keep track of and to make sure the price is within, matches our goals and all of that. So thank you for the continued diligence.
Well put.
Council, any other questions or comments before making a motion? Good, I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to hold the first reading of ordinance number 25. It says XX in our agenda, but an ordinance amending various sections of the Robbinsdale fee schedule.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no or nay. Done deal. Okay. My computer's not moving right now. Where's the agenda?
Voucher. It's the voucher.
Okay, so we're moving on to
New business.
new business. It's just my computer just froze. This is technology for you.
I think mine did as well, so.
What is a Cloudflare thing going on today?
Yes.
Your next item would be other business.
And this is the
Item
voucher.
11A, the voucher disbursement report.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Other
no,
business.
I believed you when you said it. I just couldn't get it out. So, are there any questions or comments or concerns related to the vouchers? Nope.
I will,
Go ahead, please.
I will make a motion to approve the voucher requests.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no or nay. Okay, that's been approved. My memory fails me on here. You know what? Turns out it's on an agenda right here. Administrative reports.
I don't have anything this evening. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Council, a few items real quickly. Do want to note next week, due to the Thanksgiving holiday, city offices are closed the 27th and 28th. That's Thursday, Friday. Do want to share out that as much as we hate to do it, you'll start to see some reminders in our communications, both online and otherwise, about snow emergency protocol reminders. Again, we made a switch last year that snow emergency is in effect upon accumulation of 2 inches of snow and remains in effect until streets are plowed curb to curb. So I know there was a bit of learning in that last year, but by the end of the season, I think most of the community was on board. So just sharing that out as a reminder, and we'll continue to share that out. Again, it's seasonal as we're making that switch. I want to remind folks that regular yard waste will continue through November. And then the first week of December, as has been shared out, including through a postcard that would have hit every address here in the last week and a half, that on your regular pickup day, the week of December 1st, you will be serviced up to 25 bags as an additional round. The effort was made available through Republic. We're excited that they were willing to help us out, understanding that in an older community with a lot of mature trees, some neighborhoods especially can be a bit more complicated in that servicing. So we're grateful that we're able to come to that resolution. Again, if there's questions about the process, please reach out to City Hall, and we'd be happy to walk you through. I do want to share out, I know some chips were delivered to Manor Park, is that the structure has been in, and now as the wood chips are getting filled in, there will be some work to do yet, but we've seen some kids out on the playground. That new structure is pretty awesome. If you haven't seen it, please consider swinging by and taking a look. And then as again we move into the season, you'll see here at City Hall, up at the police station, there's some drives going, working with Toys for Tots, as well as a coat drive with some local organizations. You can find more information certainly on the city website, on our social media, or again stopping by here, City Hall or the police station. And then going into that first week of December, do want to remind folks that December 2nd, we do, before the actual meeting, host a holiday tree lighting. That'll be right out here at the front steps of City Hall. Fun event. Santa comes down on a fire truck if you haven't been before. It's a nice time to get everybody together. And then following, we have some public hearings, including truth and taxation, utility setting, and your capital improvement plan for 2026 will be presented. So we look forward to all of that as we get closer to wrapping up the year.
Thank you.
Great. You skipped over the part in the tree lighting ceremony, but I do remember carols last year. Is that still something you haze the mayor with?
You have to show up and find out.
Okay. Great. Looking forward to it. All right. Let's move on to council general communications. Aaron?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have much, just and have a safe and fun Thanksgiving next week. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you. I say the same thing. Happy Thanksgiving. And also just a reminder for folks to celebrate Small Business Saturday by supporting our local shops in downtown Robbinsdale on Saturday the 29th. That's it. Thanks.
Jason?
I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving, especially if you're traveling. Hopefully you have safe travels, and enjoy time with your family and friends and neighbors if possible.
Yeah.
And then I also want to talk about last night there was a school board meeting, and there are some decisions that are being made. There was an announcement that went out today based on that meeting last night. So I want to make sure everybody's aware that the way that the administration is recommending to the school board that they want to close both Robbinsdale Middle School and Lakeview Elementary, which would leave Robbinsdale without an option, without any public community schools. And so I know there were people there from the Lakeview community and people from Robbinsdale. There's another meeting on Monday night, November the 24th, and this is going to continue to go on. There'll also be some public hearings in December. So as this process continues, please make sure that you speak up on behalf of Robbinsdale. We don't want to lose our public community schools. It does seem as though the Robbinsdale Middle School option is kind of moving forward based on what the school board talked about last night. Again, they moved forward on a motion to print publication to the newspapers about the closure, and then that will lead to a public hearing. But there was some discussion still happening around the elementary schools. And so while they're going through that process, any feedback that you can give to the school board in support of Robbinsdale and Lakeview Elementary would be greatly appreciated. And I will plan on attending on the 24th, as well as the public hearing on December 8th.
Jason? Brandon?
Yeah, there's a final cultural peacekeeping meeting, so, also happy Day of Thanks as you celebrate with family and friends as well. They'll recognize that. And then, there's the final cultural peacekeeping meeting coming up here as well at Elam this Thursday, so hopefully if you have time to make it out. Myself, and I think one other council member will be there potentially in attendance. I'd love to see you out there as well too, as advocating for that space. Outside of that, like I said, as always, as we change and transition in the seasons, just continue to reminder that your neighbors in this wave and this being intentional. I was saying, hey, and then if you can't, offer some hand support as we do some yard pickup. The weather's changing; it's getting cold out, so check on those neighbors and see, make sure they're okay, as well too, and getting some at least those leaves picked up before we get into the snow. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, and I'll close out with wishing everybody a happy upcoming Thanksgiving, and hopefully you are enjoying with friends or families. And I know this is a wonderful time of year for a lot of us, not so much for others. And so just be mindful of your community and your friends and those that maybe just need an arm around them just to remind them how special they are to you. So this is just, in my mind, this is just a magical time of year, and I'm excited we're entering into it, but let's spread the joy. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Those opposed say no or nay. Meeting adjourned.